Auto-sharing in.
Ano na?
Yun na yung broadcast after 2 minutes.
Hindi, ano na yan? Mag-share lang siya na mag-share pa lang.
Sure ka F1, 05 na lang. Wait lang.
Di ba?
I got this. I'm sure hindi lang 103.
4 pa.
No, 105 tama.
Tama.
Lagi ka naman tama dyan, Roller. Completely trust your counting.
Better than the com majors. Okay? Alright, what's up guys? You are listening to episode 1.
Nagka-camera ka lang. Nagka-camera lang.
From the stands.
Ba't ka nakatawa?
Galing mo.
Wait lang. Pwede ba ako mag-play ng konting background music?
Go lang.
Sige.
Tol, good vibes naman tayo. Hey! Feel good.
Ano to?
Feel good, bro.
Anong
Uptown
ginagawa?
Funk. If you win a game versus San Miguel, you gotta celebrate. Hey! I'm in a good mood.
Who's this guy?
I'm in a good mood. It's 2015. We're in the finals. We won game 1. Down 27-5 in the first quarter.
So, welcome to episode 105, the unnecessary Alaska celebration.
One game.
It's game 1,
We
bro.
won one game.
It's game 1.
And
No.
you already danced for a good 2 minutes.
Kumbaga at this point, everything, I said this when we got to the semis.
Wait,
and then
sorry.
we got to the
I
finals.
just have to
Whatever
say-
happens moving forward, I'm hyped.
No, you're not.
I'm hyped.
No, you're not.
I'm completely hyped with it. Seryoso.
I literally fear for the time when Alaska wins the championship. It's gonna be like 30 minutes of chalk dancing.
Oh man. Sige, I'm going to put on my objective hat on
Sure.
and talk to you guys on the show. So for this episode, we're gonna break down what was really a compelling and fantastic game 1 between San Miguel Beer and between Alaska. Afterwards, we'll take some of your questions, we'll take some of your comments, and even right now, if you guys want to drop us a line, if you guys want to drop us a message, you can reply on the chat page here on our Ustream, or you can even tweet us, Chuck_Araneta, Carlo_Pamintuan, and Polo_Bustamante. Alright, so...
Hindi ka mo ba nagpalit ng pangalan?
Hindi pa.
Di ba Chucky A all the way?
Di pa, bro.
Di ba?
Di
Pag
pa.
nag-champion.
Oo.
Pag nag-champion.
Saka-
Hindi, teka lang. Meron ata siyang, bull sa isas ba yung isa? Bull sa isas ba?
Patay na yan. I realized na it wasn't worth maintaining 2 accounts. That was pathetic. Okay. So let's talk game 1. Let's talk SMB versus Alaska. I don't know, when the first quarter when San Miguel was up 27-5, I'll be straight. A lot of people are wondering, why I wasn't commenting. The reality is I wasn't watching the game. I wasn't at home yet. But when I saw the score on Twitter, I guess it helps I didn't watch the game, so I didn't feel the sense of hopelessness that I think a lot of Alaska fans felt. But ikaw ba, Carlo, when you were watching the game and then you saw this, you tweeted about it also na parang, so far this is looking like a massacre. This is looking like na parang napaka-uneven talaga nitong game na to. But what was your impression on San Miguel after the first quarter when they were up by 22 points and limited Alaska to the lowest output ever in a quarter in PBA Finals history?
Para sa akin kasi, Alaska has won enough games coming from behind that even if they go down by that much, you don't quit on them.
Okay.
Kasi parang napatunayan na nila 19 points against Rain or Shine in the third quarter, something like that. They've always had it in them to come back from big leads. They came back from something similar from the third quarter. And this was the first quarter. I mean, hindi naman siya ganun ka-imposible para habulin. Yes, San Miguel dominated. And for that first quarter, they looked like the Philippine Cup champions. For 1 quarter. But then, it's a game of 4 quarters. It's a game of your starting 5 and your bench. Nung pumasok na yung bench ng Alaska, San Miguel had no answer.
That's the thing. Like, I understand na parang his Alaska was outclassed in the first quarter by SMB, but limiting the Aces to 5 points in the first quarter, yun pa lang, that was already an impressive feat in itself eh. And parang the way I saw it, parang San Miguel just looked so dominant. They looked so impressive in how they were parang every single play that Alaska was trying to run, whether it was a pick and roll, whether it was posting to toss, it's completely erased it. Alaska literally could not get anything happening. While on the other side, parang they were scoring so easily, they were scoring in such a free-flowing manner na I think anyone was justified in thinking that, oh my God, this SMB is exactly who we thought they were, which is the biggest juggernaut, which has the best player in the PBA. And para at the time, kung Alaska ka, parang what are you gonna do with this team? I mean, it wasn't even the best player in that quarter wasn't even Junmar Fajardo, it was Chris Lutz.
I think what surprised me more than the 5 points was the 27 points Alaska gave up. I mean, we know that Alaska is a primarily a defensive force. Na I mean, we've seen them have lulls on offense na hirap talaga sila score, na the triangle isn't working and they're being outrun and outgunned. But to allow 27 points was for me egregious on Alaska's part, because if they were able to, keep it down man lang to 20 or even 19 points, around that range, then it would have been more acceptable for me. Yan, mas Alaska pa yung game na yun. But yung 27-5 score, when I was watching it, when I was looking at it, mas nagulat ako kasi parang, wow, SMB is really gonna blow out Alaska, because defensively, Alaska can't hold down SMB back in the first quarter.
So you thought, kumbaga sa first quarter, you thought na this is gonna be a mismatch for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, offensively, wala akong concerns with Alaska. It was more defensively na feeling ko dun talaga yung problema na Alaska. They were allowing Junmar to beat them down the court. They're allowing Junmar offensive rebounds. So, yun talaga yung major problem ng Alaska. They weren't getting the stops that they needed.
Interesting. Well, here's the thing. I studied the game. I studied how SMB, was able to take a 22-point lead into the second quarter. And the thing that really stood out was just how easy they were getting their points. And a lot of the points that they got weren't even from set plays, which is kumbaga it was sort of a setup for what would happen and how Alaska would make their run. They were getting a lot of their points off of turnovers, off of missed shots by Alaska kasi they were kind of tight, so leading to fast breaks. Then Junmar Fajardo was just getting a lot of offensive rebounds. So to start pa lang, SMB was really impressive. But I guess when I was watching the game again, na-figure out ko kung saan mo nakuha yung parang, okay, Alaska will figure this out. Kasi that wasn't the best performance then of the Aces in the first quarter.
And their first 5 is neither their best offensive 5
nor
their best defensive 5. So any first 5 of San Miguel, if you put them up against that first 5 of Alaska, and by first 5 I mean Casio, Baguio, TDLC,
Toss,
Manuel, and Manuel, it's going to pale in comparison. I mean, you can't even compare if Alaska's that 5 outscores San Miguel's first 5. I'd consider that as a major miracle. As in, mahirap talunin yung Alaska if that first 5 outscores the San Miguel first 5.
Especially if you're getting an underperforming JV to start scoring, if you're getting
Baguio's
TDLC,
not scoring, TDLC is not scoring,
Turn the ball
Toss
over.
is not scoring. Para sa akin, the biggest factor in the first quarter was they got Junmar Fajardo going. Yes, he did not do the most damage, Chris Lutz did. But when you have Junmar Fajardo scoring, everything is easier for the rest of the team.
I don't know, I disagree there that Junmar got going in that sense. Kasi parang
He scored 8 of his points in the first.
That's true. But for me, it was on fast breaks. It wasn't, alam mo yung it wasn't his points. It wasn't Junmar type points.
Yeah, but my thing is there. The problem with San Miguel going forward is that they tried to force feed Junmar Fajardo instead of incorporating him into the flow of the game.
That's true.
Kaya hindi nila mapasahan because Junmar stayed in one spot and then the Beermen just looked for passes directly to Junmar. No one was moving. Nothing was happening. In the first quarter, everyone was attacking.
Yeah.
So si Junmar, parang pwedeng pumulot kasi may nangyayaring iba eh. The rest of the game didn't happen.
Okay, gets.
Yeah, because there was one really impressive play in the first quarter na Junmar got the ball in the post, and then usually, because Junmar has the ball, syempre, all 5 defenders of Alaska were looking at him.
Yep.
So what happens is he swings the ball to the other side, Chris Lutz gets it, then he can actually Fajardo has a lane as a angle to get the pass, but Lutz drives, reverse passes to Fajardo, and easy too.
Yep.
So these are the plays that were so easy that made it so easy for San Miguel to score because there was a lot of motion happening during those plays, and I guess as you said, it's a sort of foreshadowing to the third and fourth quarter. But I guess the thing that I need to call out in Carlo that I think you might want to mention, Paulo, is that Junmar did not score on any traditional post moves.
Yeah.
Like no back to the baskets, no
None of his Kraken steps.
no back, turn around, fade away, or pivot. He wasn't getting that because sa first quarter pa lang, Alaska was not allowing any entry passes. So that sort of carried over now to the second quarter when Alaska was sort of now chipping down the lead. I mean, you don't erase a 22-point lead versus the best team in the PBA in a quarter. You take down 5 points, you take down 7 points. No, so what do you think was the biggest change? What do you think was allowed Alaska to sort of start trimming down the lead? Was it change of strategy? Nag-relax lang ba sila? Parang ano ba yung biggest difference para sa'yo?
Nalunok no referees yung pito nila. So matotal, give or take.
I did not see that coming.
It was Calvin Abueva. I mean,
I did not see that
when Calvin entered the game, nakita niya yung rookie sa harap niya. Parang yung iniisip ko anong mindset ni Calvin Abueva eh. Parang pumunta ako sa game, BPC contender, second to Junmar, tapos papabantay mo sa akin si David Semerad. Parang Calvin Abueva, kinakain ko yan eh. Kinakain ko yan sa...
Feeling ko hindi pa nga niya kilalang sinong Semerad.
Di ba? Kung si Anthony or si David. Kinakain ko yan sa NCAA. Hindi yan match sa akin. Tapos yan yung papabantay mo sa akin. So, with that mindset, na-offend si The Beast, gusto niya ngayon pakitaan yung rookie. Gusto niya na pakita dun sa rookie na hindi ka ma-match up sa akin. Anong ginawa niya? Siniko niya sa mukha.
No foul.
Flagrant foul.
Oh.
Flagrant foul. And that completely...
para saan clean
foul? Clean foul? Oh, yun lang naman yung tatawag sa inyo sa buong second quarter.
Grabe.
After that, after nalabas parang nautot niya na yung sama ng tiyan niya. After that,
dire-diretso na.
Ano na? Back to the Beast. Back to, nakalimutan niya na ulit yung Baste Beast. Bumalik na siya sa Alaska Beast.
True. Like, Alaska feeling ko the biggest thing was Alaska just sort of said, yo, relax. Dito tayo sa finals eh. Yaw. It's Compton yan eh. Hindi, Steam ko pala. Mali. Oopsie. Na-flash pa ako. Sorry. No, but
wrong American coach.
I think the best thing that Compton said, and I talked about this in my article for Slam, was that he doesn't care about offense.
Slam 184.
Slam 184, Planet of the Aces. He doesn't care about scoring. I mean, sure, of course he does. But of course, you need points to win.
Let's defend and give them back the ball.
Yeah, we'll stop you, then we won't shoot. Diba? Pero, kumbaga for him, I guess he's of the mindset that defense really leads to offense. And kumbaga, the press, the sticky defense will lead to a lot of fast breaks. It will lead to SMD getting frustrated also on offense na they can score against Alaska. Then baka sumama din yung depensa nila, di ba? So, feel ko Alaska just sort of calm down. Parang, I think there's a science to, okay, let's not look at it as a 22-point lead. Let's just try to score 5 straight points, 3 points, 7 points, stuff like that, and then just sort of chip away the lead.
Come na, coach.
Ako nga.
Yun lang sa akin. I agree with
Actually,
you.
yung ano ko lang is nag-relax lang sila. That's my basic
I think
point.
it was a combination of two things. I think Carlos said the point earlier na when SMB saw Junmar start...
Not the ghost?
Oh.
Ghost.
Things you do live.
When Junmar started getting going in the first quarter, I think SMB also relaxed in the sense that they forgot their execution. That they were just force feeding Junmar because he scored 8 points. I mean, you feed the Kraken continuously when he's going like that because you know he's gonna carry you onwards and nasanay sila sa ganun. But also I feel that Alaska's hindi siya pressure defense. I'll call it pressure defense. I called it handsy defense actually last night. I mean, sorry, I'll call it as it is.
It's very physical.
It was very physical defense. Tama si Carlo, the referees could have called some fouls. Not all. Could have called
but
some fouls.
But not
Not
zero.
zero. They could have called some fouls. But the defense of Alaska made SMB very uncomfortable. They had to set up their offense from a few more steps back. They had to face this pressure defense in the backcourt. They had to do everything a few steps away from their comfort zone. And that's Alaska defense. That's something that I feel SMB didn't face in the first quarter.
I tweeted this last night Binangga ni Ping Exeminiano si Chris Ross. Tapos nagtaas na siya ng kamay.
Foul.
Binangga niya. Yung obvious na bangga.
Hip check.
Bangga talaga. Tapos nagtaas na siya ng kamay. Tapos yung referee parang, first time ko nakitang ganun kagalit si Coach Leo Austria. In my life.
Scream!
In my life. I mean, usually he's a Zen guy.
Yeah.
But he was mad after that. Kasi umamin si Ping Exeminiano.
Coach Leo's the best, man.
Yeah.
He's the best. Shout out to Bacon Austria.
Yep.
That's cool.
How's Bacon not an SMBF, no? That would be the story.
Because he's in Blackwater.
Yeah.
Don't you trade, wala na ba si Brick?
Wala na.
No.
Shout out to Brick Marata. You gotta get Bacon on SMB. Anyway.
You know what? SMB needed break Marata yesterday.
They kinda did actually.
Just for the threat of outside.
They kinda did. Actually, they kinda did. Sige, let's skip third quarter because it's more of the same. Chipping away.
No fouls.
No fouls pa rin. When we get to the fourth quarter, okay, may foul. I think the first possession. Feeling ko na-realize na
Hindi, tumawag na nung dulo ng third.
Yeah nga pala.
Tinime ko It was the 3:09 in the first until the last minute of the third.
What?
That's a great foul drought.
That's a long
Drop,
stretch.
diba?
A long foul drought.
San Miguel really had Alaska guarded in the foul area.
For the record, you can't complain about foul disparity.
You can't complain about anything. So, even if San Miguel gets like 20 billion free throw attempts next
In game
game,
2?
you can't complain about anything.
Nothing.
I have no problem with the refs. Here's the thing, the refs are, let's call it in general, the refs are horrible in game 1.
Yep.
No.
They're just really bad.
What was your term?
Huh?
What was your term? They're not the game-fixing refs. They're the dumb refs.
They're not the mafia refs. They're not the Illuminati refs.
Your favorite dumb call?
Junmar.
The Junmar timeout.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. I mean, he was practically begging for a timeout.
And Abe was like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
I do this all the time.
What's
Why is
happening?
there no whistle? Why is there no whistle?
I'm just
Why
trying
is there no whistle?
I'm just trying hoping that Fajardo will elbow me in the face. And then the other one was the Arvin Santos out of bounds tip.
Yeah.
That trajectory pa lang ng bola.
Yep.
Anyway, so we go to the fourth quarter. The last 2 minutes was.
For the PBA Academy, kailangan mo pala ng knowledge of physics.
Serious? Ganda naman.
Hindi, pero, you know,
Trajectory, parabolic.
Hindi nga ako papasa sa height
How tense was the last 2 minutes? I mean, on a scale
we were.
Yeah.
My God, I could
I
not
was
breathe.
chill.
Enjoy lang kayo
Oo.
at that point.
You know what? I was praying that Chuck was not holding his baby during those
Yeah.
moments because I fear that he will be down.
Especially the Don shot.
Yep.
I completely was.
Dropped or squeezed.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Or heaved.
Yep.
Here's
Or dropped.
Mic
Like
drop.
a mic.
Yeah.
Here's what I was thinking about, and you guys can disagree with me if you want. But if you're Alaska, you're just hoping to keep it close versus SMD pagpasok sa last 2 minutes.
Yep.
Kasi, I mean, they're the best team in the PBA, clearly hands down. But I feel like nandun pa rin yung if you can squeeze them tight in the fourth quarter,
Baka.
maybe something breaks. Maybe they revert back to their old ways, and you saw that maybe with
Well, sorry. They did kind of revert back to their old ways.
that's the thing.
That's
the thing.
Alex Cabagnot 3-point shot.
Throwback, no?
Di ba? That felt like Petro.
Okay, am I alone in thinking na I wish he passed it to Arvin Santos?
I wish they passed it to Arvin Santos.
He was wide open. He was open in the side.
Yeah.
But I was looking at that play. For SMB fans, pasensya na po. We have to relive this again. But in that play, the one before the Don jumper, it was a pick and roll with Fajardo, and then JV went over
Under
the screen.
the screen.
So kapag not had
But okay,
space.
but
Ikaw,
okay.
you think
No,
you should
no,
have
but
made an
he-
extra pass?
He kind of launched it a step back. He was just leaning forward.
Yeah.
And then, so that's it again eh. The defense, kahit na nag-pick and roll na and JV went under the screen, JV was smart to go under the screen because Alex Cabagnot wasn't in like 3-point range. You know what I mean? He wasn't dikit sa linya. So parang, there should have been a better shot. I would have accepted a missed lob pass to Junmar Fajardo over
okay.
that 3-point shot.
Para sa akin, the worst thing about that shot is that when Alex Cabagnot held the ball, you knew he was going to shoot it.
Yeah.
True. No matter how
I don't
How
care
ice cold he was,
how
no?
JV defended. I don't care who was open, what was happening. When Alex Cabagnot held onto that ball, I knew that he was going to shoot it.
Because if he were gonna
Narrative.
Because if he was gonna run the play, he would have swung that ball.
Yep.
He would have swung that ball. But the fact that he was
Held on to it.
inching closer
Yep.
to the 3-point line, medyo gets mo na it's crunchman time. Crunchman didn't work.
Crunchman don't crunch. Then you flip it down over to the Don play.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I mean, Dondon was wide open, 15-foot. I mean, hindi pilit yung tres.
Yep.
Hindi siya, it was patience by JV. Galing niyang point guard, by the way.
It was a 2, right?
It was a 2.
It was a free
Diba?
throw line.
Yeah.
jump.
It was
14-foot jumper.
It was really a gorgeous play. Syempre, I was watching it
Yeah.
over and over again. Cash had the ball. Thus came to set the screen, pero it was actually misdirection because he didn't even use the screen. In fact, he went to the middle where Abueva was waiting for the pass. And since Thos already was there to quote-unquote set the screen, yan yung ginamit ni Ontiveros as a
screen.
yeah, as a flare screen.
Yeah.
That's how he got open. I mean,
It
simple play.
Yeah, it was simple.
Simple play, but there were like 4 things happening all at the same time.
No, because the mere fact JV could have easily used the toss screen in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could
Yeah.
have easily used the toss screen and made the play for himself.
Yeah, and then Abueva could have drove or taken a
attack,
mid-range
yeah.
jumper, which is exactly what SMB wanted him to do. But he waited for Ontiveros to come off the pin down screen and take the jumper. I mean, simple basketball.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I mean, and Alaska goes on to win this. I mean, and can you blame? Ano pala? Last thing about SMB. I mean that half court attempt by Chris Lutz killed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
That
Well, can we talk about that slip first? What was going through your mind?
were you holding your child
Parang-
when JV slipped?
Parang lalampasan natin kung di ko sinabi.
umakit yung balls ko, bro.
Dito.
Dito, nandito. Tatlo na yung Adam sa apple ni John.
Hindi, seryoso. As in, why me?
Fear of the Lord.
Why JV?
Nag-existential crisis ka.
Why JV? Of all the people, like he's the nicest guy on the team.
Yep.
Why did it happen to JV Casio? And the way pa nangyayari na doon na siya, akala ko na-injure na naman siya. Lurk lang talaga eh. Parang, ano ang sapatos ni JV? Nike ba yun?
Nike,
Hindi ko pwede masisiyan yung sapatos
Hindi
niya.
pwede. At saka yung mapman, di umaabot doon. Hanggang doon lang sa...
Ano na siguro yan? Pero I think with this win, na-exercise na namin yung demons of that game.
Yep.
Na medyo nakapag-move on na kami. But, going back to the Lutz thing, for me personally, it wasn't a choke job. It was really just, he was just, like, he just
What?
lost
Choking.
I don't know.
What do you call that?
What?
Was it a choke?
He didn't have a what?
In the heat of the moment, he just forgot that they had a timeout.
You can't.
You
No,
think-
no. You can't forget about the timeout. But you can't lose track of the time. Kasi, if
Kasi he thought na wala na
diba,
talaga
if
time.
walang nagsabi sa'yo na timeout, edi huwag mong itawag, pero itakbo mo. Diba? If he
He had
ran
a good 2.5 seconds left
to do
Three.
something.
to do something.
No, 3.8 or something.
3 seconds. 3 seconds to at least get to the 3-point line.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's not like there was an Alaska player in front, like na cherry picking defense type. No,
Yeah.
it was a steal, derecho. You know, could have gone straight to the 3-point line at the very least.
True. I guess if I'm Chris Lutz, or if I'm
You're
if
just
I'm
defending
SMB,
him because he heaved the ball and gave you a chance for.
No, I'm just saying I feel bad for the guy because he had a fantastic game.
He
And
did.
He did.
Everyone's gonna forget about that because of that. I guess that screw up.
No, he did. But if he hits a game winner in Game 7, everyone's gonna forget that.
Game 2 pa lang.
Yeah.
2 pa lang. Rate the game of Arvin Santos. Rate is game 1 because for me personally, there were times I saw some of the things that SMB fans saw. There was one play na he got the ball, he didn't know what to do. Then Calvin Abueva was all over him.
Yep.
Tapos kinuha na niya ata ng bola
Yep.
or parang basically he was playing hot potato in the last minute. Although he did shoot like a huge 3-pointer. But kayo ba, were you satisfied with Arvin Santos' game? Did you expect more or parang are we going back to the narrative na
Ako parang mixed bag Arvin Santos yung nakuha nila. Like there was good, there was bad. But hindi mo rin pwedeng sabihin na walang halong malas eh. Because he missed a lot of chip shots na, you know, chip jumpers that he could have taken. He could have hit, I mean. But there were also times na he was forcing passes into Junmar when clearly Calvin Abueva was like a step, 2 steps away from him.
Yeah.
There was times Calvin Abueva, all 6'1" of Calvin Abueva was bullying him in the post.
Yeah, you
Diba?
and then post. He scored on
He scored
Arvin.
on Arvin. But you know, there were clutch threes. I can't say clutch defense, but you know,
Hey, blocked 4 shots.
he showed up. You can't. It was Arvin Santos who got his stats.
Yeah.
I just don't think he got them at the right time. I think I'm not gonna go back to say, oh, it's Arvin Santos, the old
Yeah.
Arvin Santos, but
Because he did do some
yeah,
stuff.
it was a mixed bag. It was a mixed bag, Arvin Santos.
Ikaw, Carl.
I did not think that game helped his face turn.
Okay.
It did not
But hindi siya nag-heel turn.
it did not revert him back to I hate you Arvin Santos from the San Miguel Beermen, but it did not help endear him to them either. He had some solid stats. I mean, again, he had some solid stats. 12 and 12.
Yeah, this will.
12, 4 blocks, but then he had 7 turnovers.
Yun lang.
Yun yung masakit eh. And the turnovers were careless, but every time he turned the ball over, he'd do something that will reel you back in. So hindi ka pwedeng completely
I hate you,
bumalik
Arvin Santos.
dun sa dating iniisip mo na you hate Arvin Santos. Am I expecting more from Arvin Santos? Completely. Going forward in the series. I mean, I don't know what hampered them. I guess yung fact that kasi yung play ng San Miguel, yung first step niya is Junmar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first step. That's
Which at this point tanggap na niya.
everything starts with Junmar. Nung hindi nila magawa, I think the whole San Miguel team panicked. Na, ano nangyayari? Ba't di natin mabigay kay Junmar? And it all broke down from there. So, yun lang. I'm expecting a much better Arvin Santos in Game 2 and a much better game plan for Junmar Farr.
Sige. I'll throw this back at you guys just to wrap up this discussion. So we know right now, if you're SMB, you know what Alaska is going to do. They're going to front Junmar Fajardo, then they're gonna send someone in the middle in case the lob pass comes so that they can challenge or try to steal it. Now, if you're SMB, what's the counter to that?
Okay. And can I go into my... I tweeted last night I was gonna talk about 2 weaknesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
All conference, all season long, we've talked about how amazing Junmar is. I mean, we haven't stopped... All of us haven't stopped showering praises on Junmar. And most likely, siya yung BPC. For me. Most likely, Junmar Fardo is the BPC.
What's wrong with you?
But
Hater.
I saw 2 glaring weaknesses that Alaska exposed last night. Actually 3 because someone pointed it out rin.
Shoutout mo mamaya.
Mamaya, hanapin ko dun sa mentions eh. Pero, one, I feel that Junmar needs to learn how to pass out of a double. He has to learn that immediately. I think that's the first thing na kailangan niya matutunan. We know that Junmar is a willing passer. We know that he can make passes. He can make passes in tight spaces, but he does it when he's backing down a player. Tas alam mo yung hawak niya yung bola and then he's scanning the floor.
But once he dribbles, wala na.
That's easy. But once Junmar gets hard doubled the way Alaska was doing last night, wala eh. His first instinct was to put up a shot, try to power through. I mean, I can't blame him because it's really like this ravaging defense na Alaska na 3 players, 4 players are surrounding him. But the fact of the matter is, yun yung first instinct niya. When 4-player collapses on him, he can practically just pitch it out to anyone, and any one of those 4 other guys on the 3-point line can do something about it. That's one weakness ni Junmar na even before ko pa na-notice, hindi talaga siya how do you say this, comfortable passing out of a hard double.
May kilala akong big man na pwede sana mag-mentor kay Junmar to pass out of the double.
Oh, magaling yun.
One of the best, all time. Yung pass, kick-out niya kay Olsen, or kick-out niya kay Mike Mustre,
or kay Hontiveros.
O kay Dondon.
Yep.
Kilala akong big man.
Yep.
Sayang.
Pero nakalimutan ko ng pangalan.
Ako rin.
SMB, nakalimutan.
Basta alam ko lang sino yung pinalit nila. Si Brick Marami.
Yun, di ba?
Barat! Second,
Junmar is a flawed pick and roll player.
Flawed? Wow.
Yeah. He's defending the pick and roll, and this was the point raised to me by, I'll look for his name talaga later. Defending the pick and roll is not Junmar's specialty, especially when he's up against big guards.
I think from day one, everyone.
Yeah, but
everyone
Alaska really exposed it, especially when Banchero was repeatedly attacking him off the pick and roll. Yung mga scoop shots ni Banchero, that's late recovery by Junmar there.
Yep.
But also, the reason why SMB couldn't get him the ball in the third and fourth quarter was because he's a straight up post-up player. Hindi siya comfortable playing off the pick and roll
So when
like
they draw
Greg
him out,
or like even Asi. So parang there's no nahirapan rin yung ibang SMB players trying to get the ball to him kasi other than posting, other than sealing his man down low, yung pick and roll's not his best they use Junmar picks to create something for someone else. They use Junmar picks to create mid-range attacks for Arwin Santos or 3-point shots for Lassiter or Lutz. But they don't use Junmar picks with him finishing rolling to the basket or flashing or whatever. And yun yung isang weakness ng Alaska. I mean, alam nila na they can play the pick and roll and stay home on their guys kasi Junmar's not gonna be that much of a threat off the pick and roll. Okay. Yun yung tatlong weaknesses na nakita ko with Junmar yesterday. And he has to learn a lot of skills in order to counter what Alaska did in game 1.
Well, we actually when they went to the finals versus SMC, those were a lot of stuff that we were already talking about. Yung mga problems and yung mga passing out the double team and everything. But you know what? It's Junmar Fajardo. And nitpicking na lang at this point yung mga kino-call out ni Polo. Because otherwise he's the best player.
No, he is. I'm not discounting
that's
that.
why I say at this point we're looking for flaws. Kung we're already objective.
But that's the thing. That's what Alaska's gonna do.
They
you
will.
get my point?
At this
they
point,
will nitpick. I mean, a coach as talented as Alex Compton will nitpick to be able to create a game plan around that, and you can't take that away from Alaska also.
Yeah. Just to wrap up, Carlo. What do you think will be the counter for SMB? Ngayon na if the entry pass into Junmar, that strategy is not going to work, do you try to look for a different person to initiate the offense, or do you still try to force it? Kasi alam ko hindi ka advocate ng bigay mo na kay Junmar. Pilitin mo sa kanya. Alam ko hindi ka ganyan.
It doesn't work for Asi, it doesn't work for Junmar because coaching in the PBA is at such a high level na if you do that over and over again, chances are it won't work. Well, except for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Coaching, except for that dude. Para sa akin kasi, in the finals, you can't win with what won you games in the eliminations and in the semifinals.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to be more creative than that.
Especially in a 7-game series.
Exactly. Alaska was doing baseline doubles like how Tokendex did. Similar. The difference is Alaska has better condition, guys. When you have Larry Fonasher going for a double to Junmar and having to run to Marshall Lassiter, it didn't work. But when you have Calvin Abueva doubling for Junmar and then running to chase Marshall Lassiter, it completely worked. Hindi dahil it worked against Tokentex, it will work over and over for you. You're in the finals, you need to be more creative, and creativity means much more than just picking a player that you did not expect to play.
Yeah.
Kasi para sa akin, that was, tinweet ko rin yung David Semerad hugot was his parang wrench dun sa machine ng Alaska. Na parang magulat kayo dito sa gagawin ko.
Bitoy umulong na siya for a while.
That
Start
the
overtime.
rotation was weird also.
You need creativity more than hugot. More than pahiya.
It's the moment na pahiya.
Hey, sorry!
Pahiya!
Axel!
We're back to Axel, yo!
San Miguel.
Sorry, tama na.
San Miguel needs to be more creative because Alaska was creative on defense. Sabi na ni Coach Leo, they need to adjust because whatever they did, whatever they planned, Alaska had an answer too. So they need to do something different. What would it be? No idea.
I have no idea either.
I honestly have no idea. Like, I feel that, and siguro the underrated part of this all is the coaching. I feel that Alaska came better prepared for this than San Miguel.
Yep.
Like I said, they nitpicked Junmar Fajardo, and to be able to nitpick the best player of the league is crazy after coming off a 6-game series against a physical Rain or Shine. You know what I mean? So that's just preparation right there, and it showed the lack of preparation also in SMB na walang counter. Wala silang. They were repeatedly going back to it. And as someone who's watched lack of preparation before with Ginebra and against SMC.
What? Hindi kayo prepared nun?
Chong, hindi.
What?
Yung play namin, scavenge, Marco Giwa, scavenge. Ganun, pare.
SMB.
SMB.
Yeah. Again, but hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm talking to myself here.
Because you danced earlier?
This is gonna be a long.
You already danced, dude.
This is gonna be a long series.
Long 4-game series for
It's
Alaska?
gonna be a long series.
Wait. Before you say anything, Polo, can you remind us who said that Alaska was going to win it all?
Oh,
I
yeah.
did say that.
He did.
No.
He did.
It was both of us.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why
We believed before you did.
Yeah.
That's why I'm still completely not confident it's going to happen. Because every time you guys say
We,
that,
not you. We,
every
not
time
you.
you guys say that, bad things happen to our team. Anyway, we haven't even talked about Chris Banchero. We haven't even talked about other
I
guys.
feel like
About Sanitos.
About Sanitos sacrificing, but again, it's a long series. I think we're gonna have time to talk about these guys.
we're
So
gonna have
Don. Come on.
yeah, and check out Carlos' fantastic article. Don Antiveros.
Check out.
Check out Don Antiveros. Apparently, okay. So maybe we'll talk about those guys. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back.
Before we go break, shout out to Mark Hamilton Bravo because he was the one who pointed out Junmar defending the PNR is a weakness of Junmar.
Shout it out.
Shout it out. So we're gonna take your questions. We're gonna read them. Tapos we'll give you our opinions. If you guys wanna talk about anything, Ginebra,
Sino may birthday.
my
Kailangan
birthday,
i-greet
kailangan shoutout kung gusto nyo profess yung true love ninyo para sa
If you wanna
minamahal
propose, we
ninyo,
can
kung
actually
sino
help.
mag-propose.
Proposing by FTS might not assure you a yes,
Yeah.
but will help you.
Yeah.
No guarantee.
So we have questions about Sol Mercado to Barako. We have questions
A
about
bunch of
Ginebra.
Ginebra questions.
Nebra,
When we
Axel
come
again.
back, we're gonna talk about
Axel.
it on From the Stands. 5 minutes.